foremost, I'm an author, but I also have done journalism and radio show and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell you how my writer's journey started, and it's actually where Stuart is sitting. I was a moderator at the first ever Essence of Motown Literary Jam and Conference 6 years, and actually listened to it. Now, you have to decipher some of it. I've had people say, I didn't like that character because she was so fake acting and she was shit. And I'm like, okay, that's one thing. She didn't like the character. And my character evoked emotion in her, so I must have developed that character well. But really listen. Somebody read one of my pieces and they said, it was a good story, but show, don't tell. So for example, instead of saying, Jalen was angry, I could say, Jalen's face turned red and his jaw pulsated. Like now you're seeing it and you're feeling that emotion instead of me just saying, well, Jalen was angry, right? So show, don't tell. And that's one thing I took from that feedback and I put it into my next book. And that was actually an editor who reviewed the first book and then edited my next book. She's like, wow, I see your growth. And that's because I'm not afraid to take constructive criticism. It hurts because you're writing is your baby. Ooh, but you want your baby to grow and thrive. So take that advice and just be able to decipher or discern what is just being, somebody responding to a character. As far as those who talked about writer's block, what works for me is a change of environment. Sometimes I just go on personal writer's retreats. I was out in Traverse City, beautiful, different atmosphere. But if you can't drive 5 hours, go to your nearest Starbucks, a big coffee with a fireplace. I mean, sometimes just getting out of my house where the dishes are calling me and the reality TV is calling me. I just need to get out of my regular environment, people watch, just be in a new atmosphere, a poetry reading, something, and that will help me to just spark some new creativity. That also helps with discipline and focus, getting out somewhere out of your normal environment to sit down and write. As far as exposure in marketing, I wrote down there, someone asked about your blog, your web presence. Of course, we know all the social networking sites. But also a very important thing to do once you begin to get published is get reviews of your work. That is extra exposure. That's people, when they type in your name, it's going to come up on Google because people are posting reviews on Amazon. I know you may not want to give your books away for free, but that is actually an excellent marketing tool. Giving books away to reviewers who are going to post your reviews and that are credible sources where people go to get information about what's a great book to read. The next thing I want to talk about is self-publishing. Now, I self-publish, but there are different routes. You have self-publishing, and I would like to say literary services are like a hybrid approach because you're not exactly doing all the work yourself. They're kind of helping connect you to some of the resources. Then you have traditional publishing. So there are different routes you can take, and you're traditionally published, right, Jackie? So she can, speak to that if you have questions. But for me, I kind of do everything along the way. And like Sylvia always says, try to break it. If it's a website, if it's something, try to break it. I've tried everything, and sometimes I mess up, and that's okay. My first book, the cover wasn't the greatest, so that's one thing. You gotta tap into resources, ask people, get referrals. I was so excited to have a book. I was like, whatever. And then after the fact, I was like, oh, the cover is kind of whack. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really tap into resources. Ask people about cover designers. Think about when you're in the bookstore. If something looks, is that a proper term? I mean, if something doesn't look right, you're not likely to buy it. It's not all about the buying, but you want to create a quality product that represents you in your work. I've tried the print-on-demand website where you go in, you upload your manuscript, and they can publish it for you, and you just buy your books as you go. I mean, there are so, and I can't cover it all today, but what I do is I try a little bit of everything. I tell everyone in my blogs and my newsletters, let me be your guinea pig. I already stepped out on faith and left my job, so I'd be glad to try some things and let you know how it goes. So, my faith is strong, so I don't believe that, I really don't, my favorite quote, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? I operate like a kid. I say, hey, might as well try. I might fall, I might bump my head, but hopefully no one will kill me, so if I'm going to be alive still, at least I might as well try it. Okay? Other questions. I want to make this meaningful for you. Is there anything else people want to know?
I have a quick question. I want to know what you guys thought about the use of Twitter. Because of all the stuff and articles that I'm writing, and I want to tweet this, but by the same token, I'm a little nervous to do that because I don't know that I understand Twitter completely. What do you guys recommend? What do you have to say about Twitter?
I write daily devotionals. And
Okay.
what I do is that they post on my website, and I actually tweet when I post them. And people are beginning to follow me because I tweeted
Okay.
like whatever the topic is, and they'll visit my website
Okay.
to see the devotionals, and while they're on the website, they'll check out the book. So, it's like Monica says, you have to use every resource that's available. Because, one of the other things I did not say, nobody can represent your book or your article or whatever better than you can do. So you cannot be afraid to get out there and put it in front of people. No, everybody's not going to like you, but that's okay because everything isn't for everybody. But if you never put it out there, if you don't step out in faith and see what will happen, it's like, let me try this.
And Twitter